Hi everyone, I'm just working on my frame loom today. This is a shawl that I started making last week, and I have revamped the frame loom to include these pins down the side now so that it's a more even weave, and it's working really well. I'm really pleased with it. So it's just another style shawl. I'm using the crochet hook method, the same as I would use on the tri-loom, and yeah, I'm really pleased, really pleased. It's just another alternative to using a rigid heddle loom, which I love. I love my heddle loom, rigid heddle loom, say that in a hurry. And yeah, I really do love it, but it takes such a long time to warp it up, whereas this took me half an hour just to quickly warp it up. And now the weaving going across, it's using acrylic wool that I bought in England, just using up all my acrylic so that eventually I'll be using homespun for everything. But I kind of like this, but it's not where my heart lies. My heart lies in creating my own wool from my own sheep here on the farm that I can sell locally to people, and that is my ultimate goal, is to do everything from this base, is to be completely self-sufficient in my creativity. We're working on the vegetables outside. That's something that is really important to us, is to work more towards a sustainable lifestyle. So I'm just going to show you a couple of rows, and I've got my music playing in the background, and I hope you enjoy. So can you see with the crochet hook I'm doing an over and under here. And then catching the thread, and I'm letting the thread go across doubled, so it's all doubled all the way up and down. Oh, it's easy to drop as well. And get tangled. It's best not to go too far. That's when it gets tangled up. So here's a close-up. So we go under, under, over, under, over, under, and over, and then just pull the wool back through in this motion. This velour type wool is quite tricky. It gets caught up quite a lot. So that's how that's turning out. I've got it on a chair so that I can do the bottom piece. That's going to be quite a decent length shawl. So finish that now and I'll show you the final piece at the end. I've nearly finished the scarf now, just getting to the end here. It's quite a long one, and in all I would think it's taken me about 8 hours to weave this. So that doesn't include, if this was my own home processed wool, that doesn't include the time it would take to wash and clean and spin the fleece. But as I'm using commercial wool, this scarf is just 8 hours. So if we were going to price it up for market, probably charge around €10 an hour for my labour. So that would make this €80. And then what you have is a very beautiful, unique scarf, shawl, for special occasions. I'm so pleased with it. I can't tell you how pleased I am. I'm going to crochet up the side to secure and bind the edges, and then the top will have, again, I'll crochet across and attach tassels top and bottom. So there you have it. I'll come back when I've completely finished it, which will probably be this evening, because I've got to go out and check the animals in a minute, and I need a break. I need to sit down. I'm standing doing this because it's the only way. I've had to turn it sideways because it was, and I can't do it. I was going to try it upside down. I can't weave backwards, so I've put it down on the table like this. So, back in a minute. Here it is then. This is the finished shawl, and I have to say I'm very, very pleased with it. It's so cute. It's one of those things I'd quite like to keep, but you mustn't keep your own work all the time, otherwise nobody ever makes a profit. Here are the edges. Can you see? I've looped across in a crochet with a crochet hook. So it's got a crocheted edge, and then I crocheted the top to bind it off and added the tassels. I'm very, very pleased with it. Crocheting the edge does give you a very nice, neat finish. So yeah, it's so soft and drapey, and I love it. So that's that one, and now I've started this one. The colours are quite jazzy really, I suppose, by comparison. This is a blend of brown, sort of a browny black Svartablay wool from a friend that I bought my sheep from. And then the coloured pieces, I dyed some of Big Girl's fleece. I was trying to recreate a wool that I'd bought in England, and the orange and the yellow and green just came out far too strong. So I blended it with some brown to tone it down, a little white thrown in as well, just to give a bit of a pop. And this is the result. this isn't going to be a shawl or a scarf. This is for another project entirely, and I'm very excited to be doing it. But already taking to wash the fleece takes about a couple of hours really, but it's not constant. You have to wash it, soak it, dry it. So it takes a day to wash and dry a fleece, but that isn't me constantly working at it. That's the stages it takes in between to just let it rest. Spinning took about 5 hours of spinning. The reason being, you can see how lumpy it is. I wanted to do a chunky lumpy yarn, and my spinning wheel didn't like it. It just didn't like these lumps. So I was having to manually feed some of this through on the spinning wheel. So that's why that took such a long time. Now I'm spinning the weft to go across. That I suspect will take a few more hours. Then I don't know how long it will take to weave, because again I anticipate everything's going to get caught up on the bumps when I try to do the under and over. So we shall see, but I'll share progress with that on another video. I'll probably put a video up all by itself for this one. So let's last look at this little scarf, and hope you all have a lovely day. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.